Hello everyone, thank you for volunteering with the Vernacular Architecture Forum conference here in Calumet. We really appreciate your time. We're going to re-record this video here so that you know what you're getting yourselves into the day before, or a little bit beforehand, because we had an issue where we weren't recording audio the entire meeting. So go over the schedule real quick. From 10:45 to 12:15 is the check-in. Now it'll be at the village door, not the main Calumet Theater door, but the one that's a little bit further down the street. We have a keynote address from 11:15 to 12 o'clock. So if you want to show up and go to that keynote speech, you are more than welcome to check in early. But if you're not interested in the speech, you are more than welcome to check in about 12 o'clock. Each site will get a volunteer handbook, and we'll go over what's in that, but there will only be one per site. From 12 to 12:30, we have lunch provided by the Mohawk Superette. That's completely free to y'all. And by 12:45, we want to be at our assigned buildings. And then from 3 o'clock to 3:45 will be the checkout period. It's going to kind of depend. If you're further away, there will probably be, you'll probably have to be done sooner versus places that are closer to the Calumet Theater. So your duties as a volunteer are pretty simple. First is to place a sign at the entrance. You will know what materials you're assigned. So you'll either have a window sign, a sandwich board, or a realtor sign. If you have a sandwich board or realtor sign, we're definitely going to make sure we get those materials back. So please check back out at the Village Hall. If you have just to have a window sign, you can trash it or just get rid of it. It's just on letter paper, so it's not a huge deal. Then you want to know any restricted areas of your building. The owners of the buildings will be there, and they'll probably reiterate, but we'll also have that information in the packets that we hand out to you. And of course, arrive at your assigned building by 12:45, like I mentioned earlier. And you will be there to direct attendees through the building and make sure that you are observing any building capacity limits. We don't foresee that capacity is going to be an issue, but in some sites like the Michigan House, they only want groups of 10 or fewer. And again, we'll make sure that all of that information is communicated to you in the volunteer handbooks beforehand. You'll also, in your volunteer handbooks, like I mentioned earlier, you'll get the materials you're assigned, so what signage you get is essentially what that covers. Restrooms, some of these places don't have restrooms on site, so we'll be let you know about that. Then crucially, building access, what floors of the building are available. Some floors are not going to be accessible, and so just make sure that you know what the public can't, or what the VAFers can and can't see. And another point, if there's members of the public that aren't necessarily attached to the VAF conference, they're more than welcome to go in these buildings as long as they're respectful and not destroying the property. A lot of the building owners are all okay with that. And then you'll also have safety concerns. So if, like at the Agnes block, there's a hole in the floor. So if there are any key safety concerns in any of these buildings, that information is going to be in your packet as well. And then on the second page of your packet, you'll get a map showing you to your location with my phone number and the phone number of the Calumet box office in case you have any non-emergency related issues or questions, or if you need to step off and need somebody to cover, we can figure that out as we go along. And then on the last part of the packet, you'll get your historical information on the site and points of interest within the building, so that if people are asking you questions, you can answer them intelligently and know what to say to them. So that is all the material that you will need to know. We'll go over it again the day of, but this is just to prime you, so nothing's a surprise to you when you get here. And again, we really appreciate your help, and thank you for joining us.